And that's day 5. I'm gonna refill my tea. Hold on, let me see how long. Oh, we can do one more day. I'm fine with that. Since we're doing them twice a week, we should be able to get through it pretty fast. Ah, ha, 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 ha. Okay, we're back. Let's see. I have my tea refilled. We're all good. And let me move this screen over. Perfect. The next day. After a normal morning, I enter the living room to find a complicated breakfast table. Sorry, Sakura. I can't eat butter. Pass me that marmalade over there. Really? Tosaka-senpai, you seemed like you didn't like sweet things. Nonsense. No such girl exists. It's not that I don't like sugar, but I can't take it. If I let my guard down, I grow where you can't see, so I only eat sweets once a week. Huh? But you're still eating marmalade, senpai? I eat sugar in the mornings. I have to eat at least a little bit, or the backlash later on could get scary. I see. Even if you only eat... Oh my god. Even if you eat only twice a day, it'll get worse if you eat twice as much. That's right. Hey, I wasn't gonna say anything, but you eat a lot, Saber. You have a small frame, but you're eating as much as Sakura. Is that so? I think I am average. I believe the bread Sakura is eating is much more substantial than mine. That's not true. You, Tosaka-senpai, and I all have 2 slices of toast. But the thickness is different. Ours are 1 centimeter thick, while yours are 2, so you are eating a lot. You're in your growing period, so it is good to get energy. How about eating not just 1, but actually finishing your share, Rin? I'm telling you I can't. It's not like I'm Sakura and all the nutrients go to my chest. If I eat a lot in the morning, it'll increase. I usually don't eat breakfast, so I'm compromising already. Tosaka-senpai, please don't talk about that in front of senpai. You say it will increase, but why do you avoid using specific terms, Rin? Well, it's about those things you can't see. No, well, you can see Sakura's, so you can leave her out of this. So please don't talk about it! I take a bite of the well-done toast. Perhaps my brain just doesn't follow what's going on in front of me, but I'm eating toast and not joining the conversation. He's so cute. I can't take it. I love him so much. Oh no, he's stupid. Well, there's no room for me to cut into the conversation. I guess I didn't need to worry. They seem to have a good relationship for now. Tosaka is the same as always, and Saber's more open than she was last night. Sakura is... well, she still seems to be a bit resistant to Saber, but it doesn't look like she dislikes her. I'm worried that Fujine isn't here, but she should be here tonight. The shock last night must have been a big one. Well, she'll probably come and eat dinner, so I'd think she'll have calmed down by then. Breakfast ends and I start cleaning up. Senpai, is it really okay leaving all the cleaning up to you? Yeah, I'll do it. You have a club to go to. There was that incident yesterday, so you should go. Yes. Then I'll go on ahead, senpai. Sakura bows also to Tosaka and leaves the living room in a hurry. That leaves the 3 of us, which means once Sakura leaves, the 3 of us who know the secret remain. Then I shall excuse myself as well. Please call for me if you need anything. See ya, Saber. See ya, Saber. I'll look after Shiro, so please take care of this place while we're gone. Yes, please take care of Shiro, Rin. They're like his parents. Bowing lightly to Tosaka, Saber returns to her room. Well, there's nothing to do here, so she must want to save her energy by sleeping, but... Jeez. Does she only think about fighting? Of course. You should start to show some willingness, or Saber will lose patience with you. Even though her wound isn't healed yet, she's not one to stay quiet forever, right? A clicking sound. As she makes a scary comment, Tosaka turns on the TV. This news again. The morning news streams from the TV. I listen to it while washing the dishes in the sink. Well, the content is the same as the news I heard a while ago. They're saying there was another gas leak incident over in the Shinto area. It's stupid. That kind of thing is happening here too. Oh, they're saying there was another gas leak incident over in the Shinto area. It's stupid. That kind of thing is happening here too. Hold on. Did Tosaka say something really worrying? Tosaka, what do you mean by that? It's that the people are weakening with no obvious cause, right? People that have lost consciousness without an obvious cause carried off to the hospital in a coma? There must be a lot of them by now. There doesn't seem to be a danger in the victims' lives right now, but what happens in the future will depend on what the instigator decides. What? Wait. Not only in the neighboring town, but over here too? Comas with no cause? Numerous victims? No, the problem is... Tosaka, are you saying it's the work of another master? Who else could it be? Please get used to it. You're a master too, you know. That's true, but why didn't you tell me before, Tosaka? I keep getting tongue-tied. This incident isn't as simple. The master that put up the boundary field at school is 3rd class, but this master is 1st class. He isn't killing anyone. He's just storing power by absorbing half of their lives. Well, it is true that the speed is slower. It doesn't break the rules of magi. And there's also no need to push oneself. This master's stealing the simplest form of magical energy, life force, out of the people in the city from a place far away. A place far away? Can this person collect magical energy from such a distance? It must be a really skilled magus. Both Shinto and Miyama City, only great magi can create an absorption that can cover 2 towns. Or maybe the master's secured a superior spiritual ground. My father was saying something about a ley line in Fuyuki City, so if one took up a position there, it would be easy to collect life force. Hey, Tosaka. There weren't any references to it in Father's study, so if there is one, it'll be in the master's room. Oh man, that place is so weird even now, so I'd like to stay away from it if I can. But then, all I can do is ask Kirei. No, I can't. I can't be in debt to him. Tosaka, hey! There's no answer. It's no good. Tosaka's immersed in talking to herself. I reached the school gate with Tosaka half-heartedly. The front gate has students arriving at school, and the school is starting another normal day. But still, there's an odd feel to it. I went through the front gate without noticing it yesterday, but I can certainly sense it if I look for it. How can I put this? It's so calm that even my instincts go numb. You're right. Oh, you're right. The air's different from outside. It's sweet. It's like sweet honey. Oh, that's the way you feel it, huh? You're unskilled at detecting magical energy, but you might be sensitive to disorders in the world. Tosaka ponders. It's sweet honey, huh? Speaking figuratively, like an insectivorous plant? Yeah, that's a good way of putting it. An insectivorous plant. That image is really bad. Really? I don't think your instinct is off. Because in this school, everyone will be eaten alive when the lid of the boundary field closes. She sees through the aspect I didn't say, and I gasp. As I thought, you're fun because you're easy to understand. Whatever, it's not fun for me. Don't get mad. Don't worry, because I know what you want to say. You're thinking you don't want to involve the students here, and I don't want to use this place as a battlefield. So there's only one thing to do, right? These are words to test me. Tosaka is telling me. The Holy Grail War, the enemy I said I'd fight against, the master who's willing to drag in innocent people in order to win, is at this school. I know. We have to find the master who constructed this boundary field and do something about it. And if he isn't willing to remove the boundary field, we'll just beat him up. That's right. I'm glad you understand. Well then, I'll look for whoever constructed the boundary field, so you go and check suspicious areas. I already looked around, but there might have been something I missed. You seem to be good at finding these points, so I'll let you do it. Tosaka waves her hand and runs into the school building. Hey, even if you say that, I have no idea. What kind of places are suspicious ones, Tosaka? To put it in your words, somewhere where the air is sweet. Just look for a place where the honey is really sweet, she yells back, running. And Tosaka disappears into the school building. What is she? Running away suddenly like that? I don't get what she's thinking. Oh. The bell for homeroom rings. I see. Hey, why didn't she tell me that if she knew? I hold my bag and run full speed. After that incident yesterday, who knows what Fujine will say if I'm late. It's lunchtime. Even though it's only a temporary release from classes, the students run about the school busily. Alright, I won't look suspicious walking around now. I finish lunch in a few minutes and go out into the hallway. This is no time to complain that I've never done anything like this before. The battle's already begun. So I have to find the suspicious places Tosaka was talking about in my own way. I guess I should start with places where there aren't many people. Well, an hour until lunch break ends. I hope I can get good results out of this. After checking through the school building, I go outside just in case. There's nothing wrong with the ground or behind the school building, but this area is too different. Could it be here too? There were several strange places inside the school building as well. Unpopular places like behind the stairs or within empty classrooms. But this place is different. Far from nobody coming here, this is a place people come every day. Why didn't I notice? Talking about strangeness, this place is the strangest. I mutter, grasping my chest. This place is somehow suffocating. The thick wind and moist air aren't just strange. No, once I notice the smell, I actually feel like throwing up. Tosaka was saying that there's a basis point for a boundary field. I don't know how many there are, but this must mean the first basis point is around here. Then there should be some sign of it. It's no good. As I have no skill in detecting magical energy, there's no way I can see the sign that's constructing the boundary field. I guess it can't be helped. I'll go and tell Tosaka about this place and... What, are you looking for something, Emiya? I turn around at the sudden voice. Standing in front of the deserted archery dojo is... Shinji. Hey, what a coincidence. I came because I had business in that area too. Did you happen to see it? With a grin, Mato Shinji asks this happily. See what? There's nothing here. Oh, so you did see it. I see. So that's why you were with Tosaka. That's right. It's more efficient to join up with other masters. Shinji, you... Don't guard yourself too much, Emiya. It's you and me. Let's not hide anything from each other. I don't know who you have, but you were forced into this ugly role of master too, right? Shinji states it clearly, without holding anything back. That he, Mato Shinji, is also a master. Could it be? You're a master, Shinji? That's what I'm telling you. Oh, but don't get it wrong. I don't intend to fight with anyone. Well, I'll certainly retaliate with deadly force if I'm attacked. But I won't do anything when nothing's done to me. See? I'm like you in that regard, right? Shinji laughs. From his words, there seems to be no doubt that Shinji's a master, but... Well, I'm also surprised to find out that you're a master. Let's call us equal in that regard. So, do you want to discuss something? Discuss? I don't mind, but discuss what? About what we do now. Like I said earlier, I have no intention of fighting, but others aren't the same, right? So I feel uneasy unless I prepare for future misfortunes. It's troubling alone, but don't you think something would be possible with the two of us? So in other words, Shinji is asking me to cooperate with him? Well, let's not talk here. We don't know if someone might overhear us, so let's go somewhere else.
Yeah, my place would be good. Tosaka won't be able to notice, and it's safe even if we're attacked. What are you talking about? Lunch break is almost over, so if you have... Are you stupid? We can skip classes. Let's go, Emiya. I'm happy to know you're a master, so don't alienate me too much. I can't do that. People would be suspicious if we skipped classes. Damn, you're really stubborn. Oh, I see. You're right, people would normally stay safe. But don't worry, I won't attack you no matter what. See, do I look like someone who would attack you from behind? Oh, I see. You're right, I certainly can't just follow you. Well, it's all right. You have a servant with you too. I won't pick a fight against such a dangerous opponent. Does Shinji think I have Saber with me? No, that's wrong. Shinji couldn't see a servant in spirit form. That's why he's wrongly guessing that I have Saber with me right now. Let's just go. It'll be no good if Tosaka finds us. Saying that, Shinji starts to walk away. I guess I have to follow him. I'm interested in what Shinji has to say, so I'll skip the afternoon classes. This guy. We go up the hill road. The Western-style houses, on the opposite side to my house. I guess Tosaka's house is at the top, but I recall that Mato's house is a bit further below, as if avoiding public eyes. This is the place that's in an art museum in Chicago that I gotta go to for my pilgrimage album. Why there? What happened? What? It's an amazing building as always. I came here to play a few times during middle school, but I haven't even been near it recently. I haven't been invited since I became estranged from Shinji, and most of all, Sakura didn't like me coming to this house. Even though it's daytime, it's dim inside the house. This building is made so that sunlight can't enter it. There aren't many lights in here. I'm exaggerating, but you'd walk into the wall if you're not used to this place. Emiya, this way. I'm in the living room. I don't know when he went in, but I can hear Shinji's voice from the inner room. Even though it's been a year, my body still remembers this place, and I make my way to the living room without getting lost. There's no kind of light in the living room either. The curtains are closed, and the sunlight is blocked off. There are no artificial lights, and the living room is in the dark. Emiya, over here. I look over in the direction of the voice. There's Shinji, sitting in a chair, and... a figure of a woman like crystallized darkness. Let me introduce her. This is my servant, Ryder. I feel a chill. It's so bad that the back of my neck hurts like it's been slashed. Weren't we gonna talk with just the two of us, Shinji? I back up a bit and manage to say that. Oh no, it's just a precaution. I'd be scared if you just came and attacked me, so I have to have Ryder by my side. Stretching his hand out, Shinji touches his black servant, Ryder. He caresses from her waist down to her thighs, as if tasting them. Ryder does not move at all. She stands there like a statue and keeps watching me with her covered eyes. Can't just be an illusion that it feels like she sees even my fingertips shivering. You're like this even when you've invited someone? Aren't you being a little too wary, Shinji? It's just a joke. I know you can't do anything like that. But your servant is a different story. Even I had trouble training mine. It's not unusual for a servant not to obey its master, so think of this as just keeping a small check on things. A servant that doesn't obey its master? Certainly Ryder in front of me is different from Saber. Saber's quiet, but not cold-hearted. But I can only feel coldness from Ryder. A human lacking humanity. A black figure like discolored blood. She doesn't seem like a servant or a heroic spirit. She's so inorganic with no sense of lightness. Ryder's a way to keep a check on my servant? I don't feel too good about that. Sorry, I'm just a novice, so I'm not experienced like you are. Forgive me for that. It's not like I'm experienced either. Is that so? Then you should summon yours too. We would understand each other better that way, and it's more fair too. Yeah, that'll be great. Hey, Emiya, I showed you mine, so you show me yours. So Shinji is wrongly guessing that Saber is with me. It'd be best to let him keep thinking that. I refuse. If you're gonna keep me in check, that's fine. This should be enough if we're just here to talk. What's with that? Hey, I'm saying I want to see it. I don't know what you're being a snob about, but shouldn't you listen to me? Then our conversation's over. I didn't come here to show you my servant. If that was your plan, I'm going home now. Damn. Alright, you're useless as always. Shinji comments discontentedly and leans back in his chair. Alright, let's get to it. Well, there's only one thing I want to talk about. Like I said before, do you want to collaborate with me, Emiya? I became a master, but I don't know about this Holy Grail War thing. I want to cooperate with someone I know rather than staying on my own. Hold on, I want to ask you something too before that. I'll answer your question after that. What, you want to know why I became a master? I nod. As far as I know, Shinji isn't a magus. I have to know how someone like that became a master, or I can't cooperate at all. I heard masters have to be magi as a basic prerequisite. Oh, wait. Oh, yeah, Shiro's talking. Even though I'm inexperienced, I know a bit of magic. I summoned my servant by accident, became a master after forming a contract, but... Did you summon your servant by accident and get dragged into this Holy Grail War too? If that's the case, we're the same. I won't easily be able to refuse his proposition of cooperation. Proposal of cooperation, if that's the case. I see. You became a master by accident, huh? I see. Good. That makes it more understandable. Shinji smiles delightedly. Well, I guess it's similar in my case. The fact that I became a master against my will is the same. But don't get me wrong. I knew what a master was, and I've known about the Holy Grail War for a long time. The Mato family isn't like your family. We're a respected lineage of magi. Magi. The Mato is a lineage of magi? What? I never heard about that. Hold on, then you and... His sister Sakura knows magic too? Calm down, Emiya. The Mato family's a family of magi, but we're already dead. I guess the ancestors of the Mato family came to this land with Tosaka's family, but didn't adapt to the land here. Down the generations, what's that thing? The magic circuit? That thing faded. By the time I was born, the Mato blood had returned to that of an ordinary person's. So, member of the Mato family aren't magi. We're just a family that used to be magi. You guys were magi. Then only the knowledge remains? Yeah, unfortunately. But even if we don't have magic circuits, that doesn't change the fact that we're studying magic. It was easy to find out about the Masters in the Holy Grail War with a bit of research. I'm able to relax even after suddenly being chosen as a master, because of the teachings of previous generations. I see. I became a master, and understood the Holy Grail War because of Tosaka. Similarly, Shinji understood his situation because of the literature passed down his family. So in other words, you were taught just the knowledge of magic. Then did Sakura learn magic as well? Huh? Jeez, you really don't know anything, do you? Look, a magus of an old lineage only teaches his secret arts to one. If there are two children, you only make the eldest son the successor. You get less power if you separate something in two, right? Magi place 10 magics into one crystal and leave them behind to create a stronger blood. We don't make exceptions just because someone's from our family. So, a family of magi doesn't teach magic to anyone other than their successors. It's common for the children who aren't chosen as the successor to be raised without knowing that their family studies magic, or that they're to be given out for adoption, or they are to be given out for adoption. I see. Thank God, then. I'm glad. Sakura is a girl who should stay in a peaceful world without magic. I can't let her get involved in a battle that forces you to kill others without reason. Well, now you know, Emiya. Even though I became a master, I'm not experienced with magic. Let's see. You say you can use a bit, but your knowledge is that of an amateur. See, don't you think we're a good combination? Let's cooperate, since both of us became masters against our will. I don't mind that, but just to make sure, it's just to protect yourself, right, Shinji? No, there's that, but we have to attack the enemy right in front of us first. It seems she considers me her enemy. Considers you an enemy? You mean Tosaka? Of course! She wouldn't be so unkind to me if that weren't the case. Look, she's the type that won't forgive other masters. You should know that by now if you've been with her. I don't know what the reason is, but she lets her guard down when she's with you. That perfect girl has her guard down. Don't you see that it's a great opportunity to defeat her? Saying that, Shinji puts out his hand, as if asking for a handshake. I won't cooperate with such an approach. No, I can't. If Shinji really wants to protect himself, he should talk to Tosaka too, and not just me. And, Shinji, do you know that there's someone who supervises the Holy Grail War? Yeah, that priest at the church, I hear. They say he's a survivor of the last war, but I didn't go see him because he seems annoying. I'm not a magus, so it's a bother to be forced to follow the Magi's rules. That's contradictory. If he really wants to stop fighting, he should go and see Kotomine first. Shinji, do you know about the boundary field set up at our school? I know. I can't tell, but Ryder told me. What about it? Isn't it your doing? Tosaka said it was the work of a master at our school. No, it's not me. There's certainly another master at that school, so it must be him. Tosaka said there was only one other. You trust Tosaka too much. Well, putting that aside, Tosaka's wrong. The presence she can feel is that magic circuit thing, right? Then I'm not a master she can perceive, because I don't have a magic circuit to begin with. From the beginning, we're people that go under the radars of the normal masters. I see. The presence of a magus, the presence of the command spell, they're both things activated by magical energy. Then, if someone without magical energy becomes a master, the only way to identify them is to actually see them. Tosaka's method of searching for people with magical energy would not only overlook Shinji as a master, but she wouldn't even notice him at all. It's because Shinji doesn't have the presence of a master that Tosaka is searching for. I see. Then there must be another master that Tosaka is sensing. I should go home and warn Tosaka about that. Then there's no reason to stay here anymore. Hey, Emiya, what about the cooperation thing? I refuse. I won't participate in beating Tosaka, or anything like that. First of all, she hasn't done anything. Eventually, I'll end up fighting her. But she can be trusted right now, and I want to trust her. I think it'll be too late when something happens. But if you say so, fine. I'll wait and see. Surprisingly, Shinji seems to have given up. He doesn't try to stop me from going home, and he doesn't try to make Ryder attack me. He's a really difficult person. He acts like this, but he seems to try to be fair in his own way. Hey, Shinji. I might be persistent, but does Sakura know about you? She doesn't, and I have no intention of telling her. I'm the successor of the Mato family. I'll let her be my sister and not know anything. That'll help. I want Sakura to stay like that. I see. If you're worried about Sakura that much, I should thank you as her brother. Alright then, I'll tell you something good, Emiya. I don't know who it is, but one of the masters is nesting at the temple. Temple? You mean Ryudo Temple? Yeah. As my servant puts it, there's a witch up there. She's supposedly collecting souls on a large scale, so it'll be a problem if we don't do something about it fast. If that's true, that's the 5th one. And if that one is collecting souls on a large scale, there's a high probability that it's the cause of the story in this morning's news. That's all. Well, Ryder, see him off. Emiya's on our side, so don't hurt him. So ordered by Shinji, Ryder approaches me. No, that's... Don't be so reserved. You're my responsibility until you leave the house, so it'll be troublesome if you got hurt. Oh, Ryder, you only have to see him to the front door. He has nothing to do with me once he exits, so treat him well until then. Shinji retreats into the back room. I look silently at Ryder. Ryder, covered in black clothes, doesn't say anything. But surprisingly, looking at her closely, I notice that she has clean features. The long purple hair reaching to the ground only reminds me of the smell of blood, but at the same time, I understand it's really beautiful. She's wearing this outfit, so it's embarrassing to directly stare at her, but can it be that her outfit doesn't match her face? To put it into a phrase, she's a shrine maiden covered in blood. That contradictory appearance of one who is both holy and evil is the servant called Ryder. But are all heroic spirits beautiful? I think so while looking at Ryder's face out of curiosity. But, hey, Ryder's tall for a girl. Ryder must be at least 170 centimeters tall. It's no time to calmly observe Ryder. It's a problem to be alone with Ryder, so I should get out of this place quickly. Ryder really follows me out to the entrance. I wonder. She doesn't feel alive, but she might answer me if I talk to her. Oh, for sure we gotta talk to her. Ryder, was it true what Shinji said earlier? I call out to her, not expecting a response. There's no change in Ryder. Her hair flutters in the wind. Right. Sorry for asking a stupid question when we're enemies. I raise my hand to thank her and exit. Then, it was not a lie. It's true that a witch is up on the mountain. Ryder? Be careful if you were to challenge her. That witch knows men inside and out. Ryder talks without interest. I notice myself getting drawn in by her voice and quickly shake my head. Thanks for the warning. And please take care of Shinji. He's always like that, so please protect him. I'm taken aback, but I manage a reply. That must have sounded funny. You must be a good person. I understand why Shinji is trying to have you on his side. Ryder smiles a bit and returns to the house after saying so. I descend the hill and return to the intersection. If I head up to the residential district on the other side, I'll be heading home, but there's a master at Ryudo Temple, huh? An hour's walk to the mountain. Taking the mountainside road, one can reach the mountain gate that leads to the Ryudo Temple. The Ryudo Temple is a large temple up on the mountain, as big as our school. Its cemetery is large, but more than that, it's a small world made up of 50 practicing monks. The people of the town are helped by the people of Ryudo Temple, but they also honor it as a sacred place that's not to be visited lightly. Come to think of it, I haven't been to Ryudo Temple recently. Ever since I went there last summer to stay there as mental training. The temple's life gets really hard during the winter, so I was thinking about returning there during the winter. What's someone who boycotted afternoon classes doing here? Speaking of the devil, or whatever, I run into Ryudo Temple's successor, Ryudo Issei. Yo, is school over already? Of course it's over. I'm heading home since I don't have anything to do for the student council. But is something wrong? You seem to be staring at the mountain. No, there wasn't anything wrong. I just felt like going home. The teachers would be out of business if people skipped class just because they felt like it. So I'm asking why you were looking at the mountain. Well, Issei, it's a small thing, but has there been anything strange going on recently? Well, change is common, but nothing has drastically changed. The mountain is always peaceful, and peace makes up ordinary days. Sorry, Issei. I'm being serious here. How rude. I'm serious, too. And it looks like it. Then it's good. I guess it was just over-anxiety. Fine. If you understand, I wouldn't joke with you. With a cough, Issei calms down. But, there has been a change, but I wonder. Huh? A change? In the temple? Yeah. Not the mountain, but the air at our temple is restless. She's apparently an acquaintance of my father, but we've taken in a bothersome guest. It's a problem because she is beautiful. Jeez, why is everyone making so much commotion over one woman? Woman? Does Ryudo Temple have nuns? No, this is a special circumstance, and we're letting her use a room until the wedding celebration. No, but this person is so beautiful that it even captivates me when she's getting water from the well. What do you mean, a special circumstance? Hey, Issei? Hey, are you listening to me? Sorry. That is why women are bad. Reject lust. Be calm, Issei. The student council president starts to recite Buddhist scriptures. Jeez, he's so serious. He's hard to deal with when he gets like this. Hey, are you alright, Issei? No problem. My training is insufficient, so I wish to purify myself more. I guess he still didn't hear me as he disappears into the back of the town. The sun is already setting by the time I reach the house. I'm home first, just like yesterday. Is that my kitty cat at the door? No, okay. Sakura and Fujine will be here soon, and Tosaka should be back too. I'll talk to her about what I heard from Shinji after Sakura and Fujine go home. There's no point in talking about it when those two are here. That decided, I have to go and prepare dinner. Tosaka got me yesterday, so I have to try to put Fujine in a better mood. Cooking takes time and effort before love. If I aim to go for a sure win, I'll have to spend twice as much time. So, after all that, what happened is...
What? I didn't lose! Stupid Tosaka-san, bully! I'm talking about the taste of the food. It's the best dinner so far, according to Fujimura-sensei. So I'm saying we should share it among everyone.
I think she's saying something else. Tosaka-san said she didn't want to eat the food Shiro cooked.
That's only in the mornings. I eat dinner like normal, and we take turns cooking dinner, so it's my right to eat. If you don't like that, please take my place tomorrow.
Ugh, that personality that strikes precisely at my weak point. Man, I didn't think you were such a terrible student. Fujine reluctantly returns the pot to the table, and so the specially prepared rice returns to the table safely. Hold on, Fujine, I cooked a lot, so you don't need to hurry. I made enough for everyone. Munch, munch.
That's right, but senpai, isn't this a bit too much?
Munch, munch. Yes, 2 casks for 4 people is obviously too much. Munch, munch. It's not a cask, it's a pot, and it's fine. The rice is today's main dish, so there can be lots of it. If there's any left over, I'll make some rice balls and it'll be lunch for tomorrow. Munch, munch.
Oh, can I have some too? I usually don't like fried rice, but this is exceptional. There are lots of things in it. What exactly did you use?
Munch, munch.
It's basically rice mixed with mushrooms, right? There are lots of details, like the way it's using citrus instead of fried things for its aroma.
Munch, munch. Fine, I'll eat it all myself then. You watch! Fujine must have given up taking the pot for herself, as she starts to eat really fast. She empties her bowl quickly and asks for more in no time. It's fine, but it won't run out even if you take it slow, Fujine. That's fine. I'm going to eat Shiro's food, so I won't give it to some stranger. She snatches away the bowl. I don't get it. Sakura's smiling awkwardly. Tosaka is ignoring Fujine, and Saber is eating her food. I put in a lot of effort to make this, but it might have had the opposite of the desired effect. The dinner that was supposed to have Tosaka admit defeat ends loudly because of Fujine's strange actions.
Then, see you, senpai.
Yeah, Fujine, please take Sakura home safely. Yeah, I know. Don't worry. Stepping lightly, Fujine holds Sakura's hand. What? Shiro, you look like you're wondering about something. Of course I'm wondering. Usually people can't move after eating that much. Really? It was tough, but it's fine once you swallow it. So you should realize the problem is that there's no limit to that, Tiger. Just as one would expect from a wild tiger. If possible, I don't want it accidentally trespassing into human society. Then see you tomorrow. Don't stay up too late, you two.
Yes. Good night, senpai.
Yeah, night, Shiro. I see the two off and return to the living room. I said I had to talk to them after dinner, so Tosaka and Saber are waiting in the living room with serious expressions.
Thanks. So, what is it you want to talk about?
About the other masters. there's something I want to tell you guys. Saber raises her brows a bit. As a servant, she must prefer battles where she uses her sword to these peaceful days. But her wounds shouldn't have healed yet. The wound on her chest made by Lancer's noble phantasm isn't something even Saber can heal quickly. Thinking about that makes me hesitate telling them about Shinji. I feel the same way as Shinji. I want to avoid starting fights, and I think the girl in front of me swinging a sword is a disparate image.
Shiro?
Oh, Shiro, you have something to tell us? Yeah. Right. To put it simply, I went and met with Ryder's master today.
What? Ryder's master? When did this happen?
Ridiculous. Meeting with another master by yourself. What were you thinking? Whoa, hold on, calm down. It's all right. I'm not hurt, so don't get mad. Do not get mad. No, I'm not mad. I am only stunned by your actions.
Me too.
Well, it's no use arguing over what's done. So, what's going on, Shiro? Tosaka and Saber glare at me with obvious anger in their eyes. Jeez. I thought they'd say something about me being thoughtless, but I didn't think they'd get this mad. I met him this afternoon. I only went because he wanted to talk to me. It's not like we fought.
I can tell by looking. So, what kind of a guy was Ryder's master?
What kind of a guy? Well, it's Shinji. He called out to me when I was searching for the boundary field. He said he wanted to talk to me and asked me to follow him, so I went to Mato's house.
What? Shinji? You mean that Shinji?
Yeah, Ryder was obeying him, and he knew about the Holy Grail War. According to him, the Mato family is a lineage of magi with a history.
Huh. Yeah, well, that's true, but it can't be true. The Mato family was exhausted in the last generation. No matter what they do, their children won't have a magic circuit, that's for certain.
Tosaka declares so. If so, Shinji and Sakura really must not have magic circuits. Yeah, Shinji said that too, but he said they still had the knowledge. Something about it being taught only to Shinji, the eldest son, so Sakura didn't know about it. In short, he's a master rather like me. He said he doesn't have any magical energy, so he wouldn't be detected by her perceptions.
I see. I messed up. There certainly could be such cases. If they have grimoires remaining, he would be able to become a master. Jeez, my actions were totally obvious to him. I'm an idiot.
Tosaka's mumbling, reflecting on her actions. Tosaka's close to perfect, but I think there are a few things missing. Unfortunately, they're the most crucial ones.
That was a mistake on my part. I should have kept an eye on Shinji. If I'd known, I wouldn't have let him construct that boundary field.
Oh, Shinji said the boundary field at school wasn't his. He said there's another master at school.
Yes, that's true. It's obvious there's another master at school who we don't know about. But Shiro, don't tell me you're just trusting Shinji's word, that he's not the one who constructed the boundary field.
No, I'm not that good-natured. As long as Shinji goes to our school, I think there's an even chance it's his doing. The alternative being the unknown master.
Even, huh? I think you're still being very good-natured. Well, that's fine. The good nature is just the way you are, and that must be why Shinji told you his true identity. Oh well. So what'd you talk to Shinji about?
He asked me if I wanted to cooperate with him. It seems Shinji has no intention of fighting, so he seemed to want to ally with someone he knew.
Shiro, then you...
No, isn't it natural to refuse? I've already joined up with you. Even if I were to agree, I'd have to ask you first.
Oh. Yeah. That is true. But didn't you say you refused?
Yeah. Like I said, I answered Shinji on my own. It wasn't something to debate. Oh, was I too hasty?
Not particularly. I think your decision was correct. Well, if you were the one asked, it's not something I can complain about.
The way she mumbles so isn't like Tosaka at all. And that was it from Shinji. From what I saw, Ryder isn't a strong servant. Even putting Berserker outside of the picture, I don't think she had the same presence as Lancer. And Ryder herself was more normal than I expected. you think so, it must be true. But a servant's true power is determined by their noble phantasm. Please do not underestimate her until we find out Ryder's true identity. Yeah. I couldn't tell at all which heroine she was. See, Lancer and Berserker feel like heroes, right? But Ryder didn't have that feeling. It felt like she was different from a normal servant. Different from a normal servant? I do not understand. Rin, can you explain Chiro's strange feeling?
Huh? Yeah, I think I understand. Well, it's because the master influences which heroic spirit's being summoned as the servant. The master and servant end up being similar people. So, if the master's a noble person, a heroic spirit similar to them will be summoned. And if a person with a huge scar in their mind summons a heroic spirit with a scar in their mind appears as well. The strange feeling Chiro had towards Ryder must be that. A master with a crooked mind sometimes summons vengeful ghosts, almost like heroic spirits instead of a hero. The vengeful ghost almost like heroic spirits. Could that be what you were talking about before? Yes. A mass murderer that loves the sight of blood and thinks nothing of killing people. Actually, there are heroes with only massacres to their legend, so it's not strange for something like that to become a servant.
Is that so? Certainly, I could only smell blood on Ryder, but she didn't seem like a bloodthirsty killer. Well, that's all there is to say about Ryder. There's one more thing, but it might be the most important. According to Ryder, there seems to be another master at Ryudo Temple. I guess this master's collecting magical energy from everyone in this town. What do the two of you make of this?
Ryudo Temple? You mean that temple at the top of the mountain?
Yeah. What, does it mean something to you, Tosaka?
Of course not. It's just the opposite. I've never been to Ryudo Temple. I don't know what kind of a master this person is, but normally you wouldn't choose to position yourself in such a remote place.
Right. I was also surprised when I heard that a master's at the Ryudo Temple. Even though it won't draw people's attention, there are many monks living there. If they act strangely, I think there'd be a quick uproar.
Can't quite trust that story. Even if it was the case, the Ryudo Temple is on the outskirts of the suburbs, right? To reach out to Miyama City and Shinto is more like a waste of magical energy than a great magic. Such large-scale magic is impossible even with the magical energy collected from it.
Then Tosaka starts to think with a troubled face. I'm relying on Tosaka's opinion, so there's nothing I can do until she talks again. No, that story is very plausible. If one takes that temple, such magic would naturally be possible. Saber, by that temple, you know of Ryudo Temple? I haven't taken you there yet. Did you forget, Shiro? I have participated in the Holy Grail War previously as well. I'm well informed about the city, and I know that the temple is a fallen ley line.
Fallen ley line? Hold on, that's what my house is.
Why are there two... How the fuck do you pronounce that? Wait. Foci? Foci. I guess.
Why are there two foci of ley lines in one area?
I do not know, but that temple is a place Magi can call sacred. I hear it is where the life of the region flows to, so it would be a perfect base to collect souls from. A magus only need to intervene in the natural flow to collect life forces from the whole city.
I've never heard of that. But if that's the case, then it would certainly be possible for someone to steal life forces from all the people in the city.
In other words, it's just an area...
In other words, it's just an area that's spiritually superior, right? It's only natural. You don't build a temple anywhere else.
Oh, it's Shiro talking.
Ugh. Of course. You don't need to tell me that.
Who's talking? I thought so. Or no, wait. Okay. Of course. You don't need to tell me that.
I thought so. Temples and shrines have been built in sacred places to protect the town since ancient times. It's not that the monks pray to grant happiness. They remove evil by sealing the ill-omened. On that basis, it's only natural that the mountain Ryudo Temple is on would be a sacred place.
Hey, I don't want to consider this, but did you think that Ryudo Temple was just for show?
Yeah, I did. Is there something wrong with that? Until now, I thought that temple was just for show because it didn't have any practicing healers.
Practicing healers? What's that?
People who let ghosts go to heaven without using chants, faith, or prayers. Enlightened people try to do so with just Buddhist powers, but monks without enough training haven't reached that level yet, so they add their own power to create spells like ours. There's some kind of organization of those kinds of people in this country, but they're incompatible with the Magic Association, so I don't know too much about them. No, more importantly, the temple. If that temple's a ley line, Master should try to take it immediately. It's strange. Why are others ignoring that place?
Because the Ryudo Temple's there, right? They keep watch so it doesn't get misused.
The monks at Ryudo Temple are all pure monks in training. They aren't like us, so it'd be easy for a master to control them.
No, Rin, that's wrong. It would certainly be easy for a master to gain control of that temple. But that mountain has a boundary field that is inconvenient for masters.
A boundary field that's inconvenient for us?
Yes, there is a spell on that mountain that tries to eliminate anything other than natural spirits. It has no effect on normal humans, but it is a dreadful place for us servants.
It eliminates anything other than natural spirits. Then that means servants can't enter the mountain.
It is possible, but our abilities would degrade. It is much like receiving a command spell telling us not to go near that place. Then how is the master at Ryudo Temple maintaining its servant? There is no boundary field once you enter the temple. I hear the boundary field was originally a border to protect the temple. The boundary field is only something that rejects people from outside, so it has no other powers.
Then, if we make it inside, there's nothing that affects the servant? But that's strange. If you close the temple off like that, the ley line itself would stop. You'd have to at least keep one way open, or it couldn't be the center of the ley line, right?
Yes. If you think in terms of the temple, it cannot refuse those visiting through the proper entrance. It may be following on this idea, but I have heard that the road leading to the temple does not have the boundary field. At that temple, only the main gate does not have the power to command us servants.
I see. That must be it. If you close off all the gates, the air inside will stagnate. Only the main gate, huh?
That is all I can tell you. So, please come up with a plan. We've proven that there is a master, so I believe there is only one action to take. I know what Saber wants to say. Her eyes tell me that since the location of the enemy is known, all that's left is to attack. But
I'm going to pass on this. It seems like a trap, and honestly, I can't take any action with this little information. If you're gonna go to their home ground, you should at least wait until you find out what kind of servant they have.
That is unexpected. I thought that you would go and fight.
Go ahead and insult me. Archer isn't fully healed yet, so I'll remain a spectator for a while.
I understand. Then Shiro, let us go to the temple by ourselves. Saber says this as if it's the natural thing to do. But that's...
All right.